Many people who advise you to invest in index funds are actually selling funds other than index funds. Like even a mutual fund which has an index fund, it has an index fund because they know some people believe that they should put money in only in index fund. But even those fund houses are not too keen to be selling index funds. They want to sell other funds, and which is fair enough. But while giving advice, a lot of people on YouTube will say you should not have many large cap funds, many mid cap funds, many small cap funds. Perfectly correct. But there can be a very focused 20 share large cap fund and a very longish 80 shares large cap fund. So for your father it may be good to put in that 80 shares large cap fund, and for you may be better off putting in a 20 shares focused large cap fund, or the same person could hold both. Yes, there could be some overlap, but this person who is handling a smaller focused large cap fund will pick up only those shares which he think are good for the portfolio over the next 2 years or 3 years. He is not taking a very long term view, and he is taking a view that it's okay if I have higher standard deviation, I want to get a higher absolute return over a long period of time after adjusting for expenses and tax, right, and inflation, of course. Now understanding why each fund has is you to understand the philosophy of the fund, read the fund, and be willing to be invested in that fund for maybe 5 years or 6 years, right? So if you don't know why you're picking up a fund, if you don't know what is the overlap, and there could be an overlap today and that overlap may disappear tomorrow. Today somebody may be very long in HDFC Limited or HDFC Bank, now it's only HDFC Bank in a matter of time, then you will not know why he or she has invested, and you may say, oh, there is tremendous overlap, let me get out of this, and the next month you find that their portfolios are different. So finding the overlap, do you need to remove all the overlap? These are questions which a good advisor will be able to tell you. Don't expect answers for this on YouTube channels, etc. Because yes, I can say there should not be any overlap, but you should also find out why there is an overlap. When there is an overlap, will the overlap go away, right? Only when you have answers to all these questions will you be able to invest very smartly. Just don't believe that, oh, you should not have more than one large cap fund. Maybe you should have. Maybe you should not have large cap fund, you should have index fund. Maybe you should not have index fund, maybe you should have ETF, or maybe you should invest in those good quality shares directly, and for small cap you should have a small cap fund, right? Make your own choices, but make it sensibly.